My name is Mikey, and it's time to kickstart your week with some crowdsourcing. Guess what, guys? Guess what? We're in episode 10. We're in the double digits. There's no looking back at single digits now. Now we have to work on getting to 100 episodes, so we can say the double digits are no longer here. But it's going to take a little bit of time. So we kind of only do this thing on the weekly, and that would take a couple years. But don't worry, we're heading in the right direction. I think that's that way. Feels like it. But a little shout out to Default Dan. Got his project successfully backed. If you're watching this now, it'd be actually last week. It's a great game. Definitely check them out. If you go to the Kickstarter page, probably have little leaky poos or updates where to actually get the game if you didn't already back them. The game is a platformer, anti-famous plumber game. Wink. And the neat little thing about the game is that everything that's good for you is bad for you, and everything bad for you is good for you. Teaching the kids all the wrong things, right? So definitely look at them. So what do we got this week? I don't know. Maybe I do. Who knows? Let's take a look. So let's say you hate somebody. And it's really tough for me to say that because I don't really hate anybody. But let's say you do, and that hatred builds up deep inside you, where you're supposed to let that stuff out, but you don't. You keep it in. And then you build your empire, and your empires will fight the other empire. You just keep bunking heads and destroy until both your empires are just turn into dust and ash. And then, out of all this, you both die, but you don't die. You go to like this little limbo world called the Crawl, where both of you are on either side of it, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to come get you. And the other guy's like, no, I'm going to come get you. And you guys are kind of fighting towards each other, killing everything in your way, just to kill each other and fight to the death. In this game, simply called To the Death. The game is a 2D gravity-defying game where you got all kinds of magic abilities and guns and stuff like that, and it's sort of like it's hard for me to really describe it. You really gotta have to check out the Kickstarter video. But essentially, you fight, and as you're fighting, you unlock different milestones, abilities that can kind of customize yourself a little bit. And then once you're done with one level, because in the beginning you choose one warrior to fight with, and then when you're all done with that level, you then play Devil's Advocate, and you play the other guy, and you go towards the other direction too, until eventually they're going to bunk heads right when they get to the end. Now, the awesome thing about this game is a couple things, but the first of all is that it also supports the multiplayer aspect of the game, both in co-op and also in what it looks like a split screen, actually slanted. I hope that makes sense with my hand gestures here. But you can see what the other person is playing. You're both fighting each level. You're seeing what abilities they're picking up, so you can change your abilities as well. And so when you get to that final fight, you come at them swinging. The name of the company that's making this game is actually it's called Scary Mostro, yeah, and Section Studios. Now, the interesting thing that people may not necessarily know is that the guys that are making this game worked on some pretty heavy hitter titles, such as Call of Duty with Infinity Ward and Titanfall with Respawn Labs. And their guys doing the art worked on the God of War series. So it's pretty neat. What they're looking for, this is a pretty ambitious number, but they're looking for $400,000 by February 19th. $20 gets you a copy of the game. They do have demos right now, I do believe. Yeah, you have demos on either PC or Mac, so definitely check it out. Graphically, oh my god, it is great. So definitely check them out on the old Kickstarter today. I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, I didn't want to be a fireman, or some kids wanted to be astronauts, or even the smarter guys wanted to be doctors. Not me. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a silhouette hero. And guess what? I can do that now in a game called Darklands by Mingle Games. The game is a silhouetted creature, or silhouetted hero, excuse me. It's a runner, so your guy runs around, he activates special powers, fight bosses, avoid traps, and fight just random enemies all over, trying to avoid spinning blades of death and pillars that are on ropes that are gonna swing at you and try to kill you. And when they do, it's actually kind of funny. That's not part of my dream, but it does look really cool. If I didn't already mention, the game, people who make it, Mingo Games, the game not only supports a regular campaign mode, but it also has a multiplayer mode too that is actually really cool, and I haven't seen quite a bit, or I have not really seen it all in these sprinter games, because as you play the multiplayer, you can set traps, you can activate your powers to slow down your friends to race towards the finish line. It's actually looking really good, really cool, and multiple different swiping patterns will allow you to activate your different power abilities. Now, here's a neat little thing. Mingle Games, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, yes, I am. Mingle Games is actually looking to raise 10,000 Canadian dollars by February 23rd. Here's the best part, guys. Granted, multiplayer is awesome, right? But let's say you're like, well, I just want to kind of see what it's all about. You know what I mean? They have a minimum backing of $3 Canadian dollars, $3 Canadian dollars, and that gives you a free campaign mode on a mobile device and a personalized thank you email from them. But let's say, hey, you know, Mike, I went to their Kickstarter page. It looks really cool. What do I need to know, even though I already went there to answer all the question, but what do I need to know about how to get the full game? Well, $10 back, guys, get you that. It's really neat. They also have some, like, create your own monster tiers, and they got some t-shirt stuff and whatnot. But all around, it does look really good. Being silhouette and the color scheme they went for some of the items, like they had a contrast of solid black and some white for like weapons, or horns for like a minotaur type guy. But the backgrounds look great, and they're full of color, so it definitely has a nice little thing going for it. So make sure to check them out on Kickstarter today, guys, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it. All right, check them out. So as we all know, the underworld's a little bit of a not nice place to be, right? We've all been there. It's a little bit of dreary. Rain clouds are every day, and it's full of misery and sadness, right? Not a good time for really anybody. Just outside of Hades, just a little bit outside of its reach, safe from pretty much almost anything, is where fallen heroes lay to rest on this nice little tropical island. And you play one of those little heroes called Iola, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right, but that's what it looked like to me on paper. But every now and then, Hades thinks to himself, hey, you know, it's kind of dirty around here. We need to spruce the place up. So why don't we clean it up? And instead of taking it to the car wash and giving it that extra polish and putting that extra $10 in the machine to do a nice job on it, instead he throws acid all over the place. But while this is all going on, scattered memories of Iola pop into her brain. She wakes up. She's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I'm a hero fallen, and I'm sitting on this island now. What's going on? And all of a sudden she starts getting bits and pieces of memory, saying, hey, you can escape this, but why am I awake? So what she does is she goes to escape Hades, and climbs up Mount Olympus to talk to the big man himself, Zeus, to figure out, hey, what is going on here? The name of the game is called Olympia Rising. The name of the company making it is called Paleozoic. Possibly got it right. Paleozoic. They're looking to raise $10,000 by February 15th. This game looks great, guys, and this is why I'm saying it's great. Because it has a really nice 8-bit look to it. The music, oh my gosh, took me back. I lost like 20 years of my life. Actually, maybe even more than that. A little older. And started feeling all those old vibes of playing video games. I mean, epic songs, and the fighting style looks really great, and that sort of thing. Let's see, any other little features I can talk about here? Not too many, but it's probably because I can't find it. They do have a demo which you can check out through their Kickstarter page. They're also on now on Steam Greenlight. And here's some neat little things. You ready? You ready? I think you're ready. So $5 back gets you a digital copy of the game. But you know what? That's great and all. Do it if you feel. But what I really think you should do, because what I heard in the soundtrack tickled my eardrums. It gave me good feelings. $10, $5 more gets you a copy of the game, entitled in the credits. Oh, and I forgot to mention, $5 tier gets your little name written in the stars. That's actually kind of cute. But okay, so digital copy of the game, names in the credits as a backer, a download of the original soundtrack. Oh my god, to me that is actually perfect. Check them out on Kickstarter today. It looks really great, and also try out that demo. All right, so check them out. So that's it for Kickstart Your Week this week. My name is Mike Yo. If you got a Kickstarter project about to happen or is going on right now, or you just happen to be surfing the internets, yeah, surfing, I went there, right? Perusing, some would say, and you happen to see a Kickstarter project you think is kind of neat, make sure to send it my way. You can send it to me on Twitter, through at MikeYoDJ, or you can email me at MikeYo@mealsoftware.com. And I'm starting to broaden my horizon a little bit. I'm not just talking about video games, a couple episodes. I'm willing to throw out board games, some neat little stuff. So if you find something interesting, pass it along. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me tasty links. I love them. They're delicious. So I don't know what that was all about. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you